Hello, everybody. All right. Can I just explain how nervous I am right now? Click here when live for stream info. Okay. So I am really hoping this is working. Okay, I see that I'm on Facebook, friends. I see there's 5 people with me. Is there really 5 people here? Okay, now let me go to my YouTube. Friends, if this works, oh my gosh, I'm going to be so excited. Let's just see what happens here. Oh my gosh, I think it's working. Oh my gosh, I think it's working. Ah! Okay, this is honestly beyond exciting for me. So, I'm so excited. So I did check my internet speed. It said it was good. Someplace on here it's supposed to tell me how much speed I need for my internet. I don't know. I haven't got that far. But this is very, very exciting. So this means if this continues to work without any glitches, fingers crossed, this means that there will be no more trying to figure out where to find me. This means that you will be able to find me whether I'm on YouTube or on Facebook. So I'm just trying to see where I can find my comments. I see comments even. Oh my goodness, how exciting. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, I feel like I have just won the lottery. Oh my gosh, can I just tell you right now, I honestly feel like I've won the lottery. I have not been this excited in a very, very long time. And I know it seems like a very small thing to you guys, but this is absolutely a game changer for me. I have been struggling with, Facebook has been silly, and I have to take time to record the videos, and that takes time, and then I have to upload it. It's a very time consuming process. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I was ready to just throw the towel in and say, forget it, I'm done, because it's just a lot of work for the return, to be quite honest. So, but they just made this update to the software, and I just happened to catch a tidbit about it, started watching some videos, and I was like, oh, hang on a second, this might work for me. So, yay! Okay, so that's not why you're here. You're here to actually see me stamp. So I did not send out any measurements tonight for a couple reasons. Number one, I wanted to make sure that this was going to work, and I didn't want to disappoint anybody. And number two, because I know a lot of you guys just watch first, and then you guys go and you make the projects. And really, there's not a lot of measurements for this card, like for this technique. It's actually a technique I'm going to show you tonight. So it's not really something that you have to prep too much. It's just something that is really fun to do while you're crafting. Okay, so it's just a fun technique that sometimes we forget we can do. If you've been with me for a while, you've seen this. So my goal is to start working smarter, not harder, because I feel like I have been on a hamster wheel for a very, very long time. I'm so cute. I don't know who said that, but thank you for telling me I'm cute. I love you. So I'm here so you will see how this works watching on Facebook. So some of you, all I see is Facebook user, so I don't know who that is. So my apologies if I'm not addressing you by your name, because I don't know who you are. But thank you to whoever told me I'm cute. I love you. So I am going to start working smarter, not harder. So I've been spinning my wheels for a while, and I'm kind of losing my love for crafting, to be quite honest. So I'm going to go back to doing what I love, and that's doing my videos. And I love doing videos. So I'm going to start now, hopefully, get back into doing videos and going live a little bit more often and that kind of thing. Okay, so honestly, the technology thing has been very, very hard on me. It's Linda! Of course it's Linda. Thank you, Linda. So this technology has been such a big struggle for me, and it's been weighing on me a lot. So now I don't have to worry about it, friends. Yeah! Okay, let's go. You guys are like, okay, this lady has lost her mind. Yes, I have lost my mind. All right, are we ready? Okay, I'm actually going to make 4 cards, assuming that this actually holds together tonight, okay? So, hi, Kathy. Okay, so I think if you're using Facebook, I think at the top of my group somewhere, you have to give Ecamm permission that I can see your name. So, you can do that afterwards, so don't worry about that. All right. Hi, Chris. So Chris is on, so Paula's on YouTube and Chris is on YouTube. So perfect. Okay, so it actually tells me who's on YouTube and who's on Facebook. So that's incredible. So awesome. Thank you for joining, guys. I really appreciate everybody hopping on and helping me with this. So I'm going to do 4 cards tonight because these are very simple, but I want you to see how easy this is. There is a couple different ways you can do this, but anyway, we're going to do 4. We'll see how we make out and we'll go from there. Okay, so the first one I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Legendary Ride stamp set. And if you didn't see my post earlier, the bunny, I should have grabbed it. The bunny and the punch are on low inventory. So if that is something you've been eyeing but you've been waiting for, I'm going to suggest that you don't, because once it's gone, it's gone. Okay. We're trying to find out if they're going to restock that, but my guess is no, because punches take a very, very long time to get back in. So unless there's a shipment already coming, we're not likely to get that back. Okay. All right. So I'm just using a standard card base, and this one here, I just have a standard card front. Okay. So this one's going to be very, very basic. My next one, I did some die cutting and that kind of thing. So, but this one I'm going to keep very basic, and I'm going to use this motorcycle here. So if you didn't catch the little tidbit, because when I did this, I thought I could actually record and then schedule it to post, but so I gave you guys the details of what I was doing. So if you didn't catch that, I'm going to show you how to use your ink pads and your blocks to create some really fun backgrounds. Okay. So this is really if you're kind of in a hurry and you don't know what to do, or you're just looking for something a little bit different. You can use your ink pads. You can actually use your markers as well, but that's a whole different thing. So I'm actually going to put a piece of chipboard underneath, just because I'm finding that my, excuse me, my stamping is not coming out as well as I wanted it to. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to take a block, and this one I'm going to use is a C block, and I'm going to take my crumb cake, and I'm actually going to grab a baby wipe first, because I want to make sure that my block is really clean before I do this. And then I'm going to rub this on my pant leg, because that's a real technical technique that we do in the stamping world. So I'm going to actually put my block directly into my ink pad. Okay. Now, my ink pads, remember, are very, very, they're starting to dry out quite a bit. And crumb cake is a very, very light color. So you cannot see this on camera, but there is a little bit of ink here. So I'm going to actually just go ahead. I'm going to put this straight down onto my cardstock. You cannot see this, I'm sure, on camera. Can you see that? It's very, very faint. Let me just turn my light off. Does that help? Okay. And then I'm going to put one, I'm going to overlap it, and I'm going to put it about here. I actually want to do this the other way, so I'm going to just flip my card. Okay. So it's very, very faint, this one. But that's kind of what I want. I don't want it to be a very, like, oh my gosh, there it is. So I actually want this to go, oh, I guess I'll do it this way. So then I'm going to take my motorcycle, and I'm actually going to use my Stamparatus. So Linda's going to be very, very proud of me, because I want to make sure I get a nice crisp image on this one. So I'm going to actually put my, I'm dropping all the things today. So how many of you have never seen the Stamparatus work before? Lightly. Okay, I have to turn my light back on. Sorry, guys. I cannot see without it on. I'll go this way. Okay, so I'm going to put my motorcycle about there-ish. So it's going to actually go in the center of the 2 blocks, like where it meets. And the reason I'm using my Stamparatus is because I want this to be very, very dark and crisp. Okay, so, and I know that my ink pads are very, very light. They're all drying up, and I really do think it's the temperature in this room and I have to just find the right temperature. It's either too hot in here or too cold. And anyway, so I'm going to put this down. Oh, you can see the stamp lightly. Okay, perfect. That's excellent. So that's black, but I want it to be even darker. Now, I could have heat embossed this, actually, because I love heat embossing. So this is the great thing about your Stamparatus, is that I can go over this as many times as I want to get it as dark as I want. So if I want it to be super, super dark, I would just keep going over this. I'm just going to do this one more time, and then I'm going to stop. Okay? So that's with my black. I'm just going to use my baby wipe, I guess, just to clean that off super duper quick, just to make everybody's life a little bit easier. So I had a conversation with somebody about, you know, when do you use your Stamparatus, or not your Stamparatus, when do you use your Stampin' Scrub, when do you use your chamois, that kind of thing. And I have to be honest, I prefer my Stampin' Scrub over my chamois. For certain, I have both, but I prefer some over the other sometimes. And I like the Stampin' Scrub because it gets into all those little crevices, right? Whereas with the chamois, sometimes you don't get that. So, okay, so for this one, this is going to be a very super, super simple card on purpose. I don't want this to be fancy dancy. And I'm just going to use Ride On, It's Your Birthday. So the point of this card is not to be a fancy fold or fun fold or anything like that. You want those, you got to come to my class, because that's what my focus is going to be going forward. All of my classes will now be fancy fold, fun folds, unless it just doesn't make sense. But so if you're coming to my class on the 23rd, if you're one of the lucky ones that got registered for that, the cards are incredible. Okay? So, Ride On, It's Your Birthday. So, I could have probably done that on my Stamparatus and went darker, but actually, if I was thinking, I would have actually used my embossing folder that matches this, and I would have actually embossed the back of this. But very, very super simple. Okay, I told you I'm not going fancy on this one. This was just one to kind of show you the intro. I'm just going to glue this down because if you're joining me for Finish It Friday on Friday night, oh boy, I have got my pile of unfinished projects right now, guys, is like, oh my, I have a pile over here, I have a pile, two piles over here, and a couple paper pumpkins. So I'm hoping you're going to join me Friday night. If you are, please be sure to either message me or RSVP in the event that I've created, because I don't just publicize the login information for that. I keep those very protected because I don't want anybody just hacking in. So I'm very cognizant of that. Okay, so this one, very, very simple. Okay, you're probably like, ew, really? That's what you're showing me? Yeah, okay, so that's the first one. Okay, so now I have this set. So if you know anything about me, which I know a lot of you guys don't, if you know anything about me, you will know that I have my gold medal in dance. So I used to be a ballerina, or tried to be a ballerina. Okay, let's just be real. So I love the set. Absolutely love the set. So I forced myself to put together two of the stamps that I'm going to use tonight because I love it and I haven't had a chance to use it yet. So I am using Fresh Freesia as my base. And I am using, this is the paper pack. I think it's the Hostess paper, actually. It's a huge, huge pack of paper. I'm going to use that on the front. And then I took the color and contour dies, and I pre-cut that out just to save time so you didn't have to sit here and listen to me die cut. And I'm using the Fresh Freesia ribbon that I tied in a pretty bow. And this also is from the color and contour die, okay? Not one that I use very often, but I think this will come together pretty cute. So I want to use this ballerina right here. So I could use this block, which I might do. Or I could use this one and then just get part of her. Actually, I could go on a diagonal. It'll go off. No, I think I'm going to use this one. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, what am I going to do? I am going to clean off my block. Yes, I was many, many moons ago. I actually received my gold medal and then went in for back surgery, and then I didn't dance after that. So it was a very, very stressful time getting my gold medal, but I did it. Do I want to use gray granite or do I want to use smoky slate? I kind of feel like I want this because I feel like this is almost dirty looking. But I know my smoky slate is very, very, it's very light. So this is the thing, when you're doing this, you're gonna think, oh my gosh, nothing's happening. But it is happening. There's stuff on here. I can see it. I hope you can see it. I just realized I had re-inked this ink pad, so this one might actually come out darker than I had anticipated. But we're just gonna try it out and see what happens. Okay. So this will just create a really fun background. Now I could actually, if I was thinking, I could have rocked and rolled this. So what I could have done was done my first color, and then oops. That is not what I wanted to do. I could have done my first color, and then I could have actually put it into an ink pad and then rocked and rolled the edges. So yeah, this is totally not what I wanted to do. I did not mean to slide my paper. So my beautiful, pretty paper, you know what? I hate doing this, but I'm going to do it because that's going to annoy me. Because there is a right side and a wrong side to this die, in case you didn't know, but my paper moved on me and I did not realize. My bad. I guess I can't talk and demonstrate at the same time. My apologies. Okay, let's try to line this up. Let's focus. Focus, Cindy. See what we can do here. I was off today and I think I was getting lots of stuff done. And, oh shoot, it just did it again. Not as badly though, so we'll leave this one. I was running around like a chicken with my head chopped off today, actually, getting lots of things done. So, okay, so now my little ballerina here, I'm going to stamp her in Fresh Freesia. Should I do her in Fresh Freesia? Does anybody have any thoughts? Do you feel like I should do her in a different color because my paper's Fresh Freesia? Perhaps I should do her in a different color than Fresh Freesia. I have a glue dot on her. How did that happen? Any thoughts? So I did find out that when I go live, it is normal to have about a 45-second delay, which I did not realize. I knew there was a delay, but not 45 seconds. Okay. I'm not sure if I want to do this in black or if I want to do it in Fresh Freesia. Any thoughts? Gorgeous Grape? Oh, I could do Gorgeous Grape. This is what it would look like, Gorgeous Grape. Any other suggestions before I go ahead and do it in Gorgeous Grape? Going once? Going twice? I can move my... I just realized that my camera... Black. Paula says black. Okay, hang on. I'm just going to move my camera for a second. There we go. That way I don't feel like I'm stretching so far. I was thinking black because there's so much shading on this. I don't know how it's going to go with the color. Okay, let's try black and see what happens. Because after all, this is my card. So if I don't like it, I just won't glue it down and I'll start over and redo it. Well, not tonight because, let's be honest, nobody wants to watch me redo this again. She's so beautiful. Look at how beautiful she is. Oh my gosh, I just love her. Oh, fresh freesia. Black and then color with markers. Look at you guys go. Black and then color with markers. I absolutely could color her with markers. She is, so this is what we call, I don't know if it actually says it on here. It does not say. I would actually consider this one of those distinctive stamps where the detail is just all there. Okay, I'm going to show you. I'm going to do the sentiment in fresh freesia. And the sentiment that I chose is the one that's in the set. It says, one step at a time until the journey becomes a dance. And I just absolutely love, love, love that sentiment. So, okay, let me move this. Let me move this. Try not to drop my Stamparatus on the ground. That would not be cool. Okay, so I'm going to clean my block off. I think I'm done with that block. I'm going to put this little girl away because I don't want her to get stuck. Okay. Now, I am going to take the sentiment. Boy, this is pretty gutsy of me, isn't it? Let's do this one in fresh freesia. Like the black. I like the black too. Yeah, it's. I think it's gonna pop. I'm almost wondering if I should have done this in fresh freesia now. I was thinking it was gonna be too much, but now I'm wondering if I should have done that, this part in fresh freesia, and then done her in black. But anyway, on my next card, that's what I'll do. So the one thing I'm gonna advise you of is when you go to do some of your stamps, or stamp sometimes. You know how sometimes you get that extra line from pushing too hard? Do you know what I mean? You get that like extra little tidbit. It's probably because the stamp was not laser cut properly. So like here, I'm looking at mine and I can see I'm probably going to get a line there. So I'm just going to take my baby wipe and I'm just going to kind of take that and clean it off. So if I'm gentle and I don't over stamp or over push, I'll be fine. But if I happen to get too aggressive and push down too hard, I'm going to end up with that line and then I'm going to be mad. So just, it's really about pressure when you're stamping. I should have probably used my Stamparatus for this. I know you guys are all saying, oh my gosh, why would she not use her Stamparatus? Okay, that's not bad. I can handle that. It would have looked better with my Stamparatus, I know, but okay. Now, I need to put some of this stuff away because what's going to happen is my little pea brain here is going to put stuff back because I'm missing stamp sets off my, out of my thing, and I'm not sure where I put them. Okay, so my Stampin' Scrub. So you guys, I was just talking about the Stampin' Scrub. So this one is my original Stampin' Scrub. Is this my original one? I think it is. It's about 16 years old. So 17 years old, I guess, because my son just turned 18. And so for words like this, I definitely like to use my Stampin' Scrub because it gets into all those little grooves. Whereas if I were to use a baby wipe or the chamois, it's not going to, right? So that's where you need your stamper or your Stampin' Scrub. So do you have to have it? No, you don't have to have it, but would I recommend it? Yeah, absolutely. The other thing I am actually going to introduce here shortly in the studio is a new toolkit. So you will have the opportunity to purchase one, and it will come in a bag. I don't have one. Oh, I do have one here. It's going to come in this really adorable bag. So you're going to get the bag, and inside, you're going to get a tear and tape, a mini glue dot, a take your pick tool, a pair of scissors. This goes with your take your pick tool, the little dimensionals, and the big dimensionals. Okay, so this is a great kit to get you started if you're just new to crafting, you don't know what to bring as your standard tool kit. This is a grab and go type kit, and I am going to have these for sale here at the studio when you come. Okay, I have to figure out the price still. But I'm excited about that. Okay, let's get back to the card. Okay, so this paper pack I told you is from the Hostess one, I believe it is. Okay, and if my glue would work, this would be even better. There we go. Okay, here we are. So if you're watching this on a replay, like tomorrow or whatever, be sure to just put hashtag replay wherever you're watching it, whether it's on YouTube or whether it's on Facebook, just because I like to kind of keep track of, you know, how many people are actually watching me on a replay as opposed to watching me live. All right, well, you know I'm going to pop this up because I'm a dimensional girl. So I'm going to reach for my Take Your Pick tool because I'm going to actually use my Take Your Pick tool to take the backings off my dimensionals. So if you don't have a Take Your Pick tool, everybody needs to Take Your Pick tool. It's like a must-have in your craft room. It's a lifesaver. Okay, so we're going to, I feel like this is crooked. Okay, just don't look. Okay, so I'm going to put this, eek! Where am I going to put her? I'm going to put her about there, I guess. I'm going to cover up her little ballerina shoes, which I love. Maybe I'll put her up here. I was meant to stamp her over a little bit more is what I had intended on doing, but when I messed up the back, it kind of messed with my head a little bit. Oh, shit. And here I am saying, oh, use the backing. And I'm not even following my own advice. Okay. Oh, I don't know if I like this here. The struggle's real. I'm not sure where to put this. Okay, I don't know who that is, Facebook user, but thank you for coming in and stopping in. Okay, help. Hi, Diane. Okay, Linda. Either Linda or anybody else, I need to know where to put this ballerina. This sentiment. I also have this bow that I was going to put on here with a glue dot. I feel like if I put this here, it covers up the beauty of the girl. I feel like it should almost go up here. Top right angle. Top right angle. Like this. Smaller sentiment. Corner. Top right angle. I could actually cut this down. Or I could just, instead of using, oh, now I took the backings off this. I could have actually just, if I had thought this through a little bit, enjoy each step, or believe, or dance. I could put this on the inside. Let's pivot for a minute, friends. Let's pivot. I don't normally do this, but I'm going to just change course here for a second. Put it on an angle. Okay. You guys seem to like it on an angle, so let's do it on an angle. I was thinking about just putting it on the inside and then using something different on the outside. But you guys are saying put it on an angle and smaller. It needs to be a little smaller. Okay. Okay, that's fine. What if we use believe or dance instead, or enjoy each step? What if we just change the sentiment on the inside? See, Chris said put it on the inside. That's what I was thinking. That's what I'm thinking. If I put it right there, I think that's beautiful. Don't you think? And then what happens if, that's way too big on her tutu, but could I just do dance? Enjoy each step, one step at a time until the journey becomes a dance. I think enjoy each step. Yep, something else on the outside. Believe on the front. Okay, believe on the front. Okay, here's the tricky part, friends. I glued this down now, so I'm not gonna be able to stamp. Oh, no, I know what I'm gonna do. No. This is honestly what goes through bottom on an angle, Diane says. So enjoy each step on the front. So this is honestly, when I go to plan classes, this is why it takes me forever, because I have something in my head and I think, oh, it's gonna look so good, and then I go do it, I'm like, ooh, I don't like that, and then I start all over, and then I just, yeah. The amount of time I spend planning classes, you guys would just pull your hair out if you really knew. All right, so let's do this. Believe. Okay. I didn't show you, I didn't show all of you guys how to put that stamp together, actually. I'm dropping paper. Okay, here we go. Right on the card itself. Well, I was going to do that. However, I have now put dimensionals on. Oh, I've not taken the dimensional off this one, though. I have dimensionals on here, so it's not going to stamp beautiful. So I think... yeah, I'm going to have to make a flag. I'm going to make a flag. I'm going to make a flag, friends. That's what I'm going to do. Because if I hadn't glued it down yet, I absolutely could have done that. But this is what happens. This is honestly what happens. I had this all in my head and I thought, oh, it's going to look so beautiful. And then guess what? Not so beautiful. Okay, so I'm actually going to stamp on this side because it's not flying up on me. Oh, yes, let's stamp that straight though. How about that? Do you know believe is a funny looking word? Originally, I said believe, but dance would be better. Dance. You guys are saying dance now. Okay, let's do dance. Okay, so, okay, that gives me an opportunity to show you how to put your stamps together while we're at it, if nobody has ever seen this before. Okay, so I pull out my rubber stamp from the sheet of stamps. These actually match. Okay, so whatever is on your rubber stamp, your stickers match in the exact same spot on purpose. So you peel back the back of your rubber stamp, you set it down, you peel back the back of your sticker. I just slammed my hand into my shelf. And then you just play a matching game. Push down, you peel back, and then there you go. Okay? All right, so let's do this. Let's do this. I need a block. Okay, let's do dance. This happens to me all the time. I like, seriously, something looks so incredibly stunning in my head, and then I sit down to do it. I'm like, oh, I don't like those colors. Oh, I don't like that. And then I kind of start all over. Not always, but a lot of times. Okay. So I'm going to close this up. I'm going to bring in my paper cutter because I need to trim this down. Uh-oh, starting to freeze. Anybody else starting to freeze? I'm trying to go as quick as I can so that we can get through this. You notice how I'm not measuring? I'm just taking this off just because I want this much more narrow. There. Okay. I could actually just take a hair off this. I'm going to regret doing this. Watch. I'm going to regret it. I'm going to regret it. Oh. It's almost like I know what the heck's going on. Okay. Hello, everybody. Dance is shorter and it goes better and with the inside sentiment. Good point. Okay, so now paper trimmer. All my supplies are up here on my spinner and I always forget to grab them down. Okay, so I'm going to flag this. I could actually grab my flag punch, but that requires getting up and going back there. So I'm just going to flag this way, flag this way. Ow, these scissors are so pointy. Okay. I'm going to trim this down here. Like this. Dance. Do I want this flagged? I'm freezing. No. No. I'm not going to flag it. I think I'm just going to go flat. Okay, I'm going to move as quick as I can, friends. See if we can beat the freeze. I'm freezing also. Oh, poopies. Okay. Stay with me. Stay with me. I'm getting there. I can hear my fan going on my computer too, so. There. Okay. Bam. You guys are still with me? Okay. Done. 2. Okay. I'm moving quick. I'm moving quick. We may not get to 4 tonight. We may not get to 4. Maybe I was trying to be overexcited. Okay, so that one's done. All right, 2. So 3, I'm going to use Quiet Meadow. Just found where to make a comment. Oh, perfect. All good now. Okay. Well, hopefully you guys don't lose me. Okay. I'm trying to go as quick as I can. Okay, Quiet Meadow is the one I'm going to do. And I'm going to do this flower here. And I'm going to do... I did not want to do this one, actually. I wanted to do this one, I think. But I think I'm going to do this one. Okay, so Quiet Meadow. And I'm going to do this one in Costa Cabana. It's all good here. Okay. Perfect. Okay. It might just be like your own internet too. Like I know some of it's mine. I know that, but internet is kind of stupid these days, honestly. Okay, so I'm going to try not to move my paper because that's what happened on my ballerina. Okay, and I forgot to put the cardboard underneath. All right, let's try this again. Too many things on my brain, friends. Too many things. I have to bring my chipboard in because I knew that was not going to stamp properly. Okay, let's see if I can line this up. There you go. That was my own silliness. Not freezing on YouTube. Okay. Sandra said it's not freezing on YouTube. Okay. So, next week, I don't know what I'm going to do. So does anybody have any suggestions on what you would like to see next week? I am going to start recording videos for fancy folds and fun folds. I need that block. So if there's anything you would like to see, please let me know. I actually am going to, bear with me, I'm looking for my masking paper. So if you attended my masking class, or if you're on my team, you know all about masking paper. If you are not, or did not, you missed a good one. Masking paper is honestly one of the most incredible products we carry. Can you see our names? I can only see your names if you give Ecamm permission to show me your name. So a lot of you guys are coming up as Facebook user. Now, when I get out of here and I go look later, I might be able to see who you are. But right now, I cannot. I cannot tell who you are. Okay, so I'm going to cover this up like this. Okay, so what am I doing here? I've taken my masking paper and I've blocked off or masked part of my stamp because my stamp is actually too large for my paper. And I don't want it to hang off because I think that's going to look silly. So what I'm going to do is I am actually going to peel that away now. See how there's no ink here? And then I'm stamping this on a very bad angle, but I'm going to come in about here. Okay. So see how there's no ink there? Absolutely on purpose. And can you see a lot of the comments? I can see all the comments. I see them on Facebook and I see them on YouTube. I think I'm seeing them all. Unless I'm like missing them because I'm turning my head. But I will go back and check them after I come off Facebook or off Ecamm just to see what it looks like. Okay, so this one was the one I needed a sentiment for. All right, so we need a sentiment. Thinking of you, you're too kind, love, or heartfelt love and caring thoughts are with you. And do I want to color this? And cannot see a lot of comments. Huh. Interesting. Okay. I'll give you guys a second to get caught up. I need to know if we need what sentiment we want here, and am I coloring the flowers? I'm keeping it simple, simple on purpose. I might just do a little bit of yellow. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to put some rhinestones in the center of those flowers. And I can color my rhinestones if I can find my rhinestones. Why, of course I can find my rhinestones. They should all be in my rhinestone container. No to coloring. No. What if I color the center of the rhinestone? Look at all these rhinestones all over my container. Oh my Lord. Should I put a rhinestone in the middle of these flowers? Don't we think that would look beautiful? Do we think? Here, I'll show you one. I think that looks beautiful. Can you see that? Color it. Chris is saying color it. Oh, that is really blurry. Holy smokes, that's very blurry. I don't know why that happens. I'm going to put the center in these flowers. So if you are interested in joining my club, it's coming up here. You can do just a drop-in. Like, you don't have to commit to all 6 months. Well, 5 months now because we've already done one. But there's one coming up here in February, and we are doing fun folds for that class. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so I'm doing the rhinestones. I'm going to keep this very simple, but I want to put something here. Either a ribbon or... Hang on, bear with me. I'm just looking at all my options. I am like a ribbon hoarder, yet I never use it. Well, not that I never use it, I just don't use it enough. Thinking of you. Yes, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of you. I'm doing everything on an angle tonight. I have no idea why. Okay. I think I can get away with that. I don't think I'm going to get away with that. Color. Sandra's saying color it, and she's saying thinking of you. You guys are both like, you're kind of 50-50 on this coloring bit. Color. Coastal Cabana. It's the color we're going to use. Thinking of you. Okay, I'm just trying to get lots of ink on here because I can tell this one is not a juicy ink pad, which makes me mad. You know what? I might actually use Bermuda Bay. I'm going to wipe that off. Do you see why it takes me so long to make a card? Because I bounce back and forth between colors and designs. If you're very observant, you might be able to see the cards, some of the cards that we're making on the rack behind me. I feel like that looks crooked, but anyway, let's see. I may have to cut this down. So do we want a bow or do we want to wrap this around? The ribbon. Sorry, the ribbon. Let's use my words. Where's my paper cutter? Have I lost you? Is everybody still with me? Am I still freezing? Anybody? Just want to make sure this is nice and straight. So always clean out your track too when you're using your paper cutter. Yeah. Okay, let's bring this back. Okay, I'm going to pop this up. Right here. Yes, we're still with you. Okay, good. Okay, let's do this. I'm trying to move as quick as I can so that if we're getting choppy chop. Come on. This is the center. So I did pre-emboss this too with the dainty dots. Oh, that was kind of silly of me. Not freezing. Okay. I was asking if I wanted this to slide around, which I suppose I could still make that happen. Tie that in a bow, and then I could put my thinking of you. Or do I just want a regular old bow? Maybe I just want a regular old bow, do I? I'm going to do that. I'm going to put the bow right there. What do we think? What is this technique called when you use the dark colors and white embossing or craft? Oh, that's called chalkboard. So your dark colors and white embossing powder. So I'm thinking you mean this would be black, and then when you stamp on it with white craft ink, I call that chalkboard, unless I'm thinking of something different than what you're describing. That's fun. I haven't done that in a very long time, actually. Okay, so where's my scissors? Right here. Ribbon around. Well, Sandy, darling. You know what I could still do? I could still do that. Just carefully. I'm going to ad lib here. Possibly. Oh, come on. Okay, if my fingers worked properly, like, wouldn't life be grand? Okay, I need my glue dots. Stay right there, don't move. Oh, they're right here in front of me. Imagine that. Okay, so. I'm going to put a glue dot right there. Okay. And then I'm going to put, this is how you fix boo-boos, friends. This is how you fix boo-boos. Well, and this isn't really a boo-boo. It's kind of like doing a mirror image. Oh! I always put my sayings on straight, yes. White on the dark and black on the... Oh, that's reverse imaging. Yeah, sorry, that's a different technique. We have not done that in a while. We could do that. It's called mirror imaging. Oh, no, hang on a second. What is it called? There's so many names for it. What is it called? I want to say mirror imaging. But all of a sudden I'm just drawing a blank. Because there's also the one where you take the Stamparatus and you put your animals together so they look like they're talking to each other. There. Is that better? Oh, it's a little bit crooked. Shoot. Oh well. I'm not moving it now. Well, maybe I could. Oops. No, I'm going to ruin it. I'm going to ruin it. So I'm just going to leave it right there. There. Yes. White on the dark and dark on the white. Yes. So that is, what do they call that? Mirror imaging, I think is what it's called. I think it's called mirror imaging. There's a few different names for it, but yes, that's been a long time since we've done that, actually. That would be a really good technique to do. You have to do it, I find it works better with some stamps than others. So you just have to make sure they all line up properly. All right, so there's my third card. Let's get this over here. See how simple that is? Like, not a lot to it, eh? Yeah. Oh, negative imaging. Is it called negative imaging? Okay, now I'm going to have to go look for sure. Okay, because now you've got me confused. I can't remember. I think it's called negative imaging. Negative stamping? Negative... Oh, boy. I'm thinking. It's got a name to it. Okay, so this one, I'm using Art Gallery. Yes, we can, you know what, maybe we'll do that next week. Hi, Marlin. Let's maybe do that next week. That would maybe be a really fun one to do. I need to write that down, though, because my brain is cacas. Yeah, I'm going to write that down. Okay. Okay, so I already did this one. So I'm going to just recreate the same one that I did because I kind of know what I want to do with this one. So I'm pulling out all the older stamps. Not older stamps, but ones I haven't used in a while. And that is more as a challenge for me because I have all these stamps, like my covers are full. And I find that I'm always using the same ones, right? So you guys start thinking about what sentiment you want on there as we get going. I can hear something, and I don't know if that means my husband is here or somebody's breaking in. Okay, so, and here I am, being as calm as anything. Maybe somebody's breaking in. I don't know. I haven't quite decide yet. Okay, so here is so this one I am actually using, what block is this? The D block is what I'm using in this one. And I'm using crushed curry. And crushed curry is actually quite a cool color. Not a color I use very often, mind you, but quite a cool color. And I'm using just a standard card front. Okay. And I'm going to kind of go about here-ish on this one. Negative and positive stamping. Is that what it's called? I thought it was called something else. Split negative. That's it. Split negative. Thank you, Linda. Split negative is exactly what it's called. I was like, no, it's not. That doesn't sound right. Yes, split negative is that's what I've known it as. Okay, so then I am going to take my solid image. So this is a 2-step stamping set, and I'm going to use polished pink for this one. I love polished pink. If you haven't noticed, it's one of my favorite colors. So you can see how more vibrant this one is. So I'm going to do my solid image. Now, this ink pad is drying out on me. And again, not sure what's going on. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this one. I kind of did this one on an angle. I think I'll go about there. I'm just giving her. Yeah, split negative is what it's called. But we can actually do that one next week. I'm going to write that down. I like having something to go on when I'm doing Mystery Mondays, because sometimes I just don't know. And I was doing card layouts, but sometimes it's fun just to learn new things. Okay, so that is my first image. So I'm going to pull that off. Now I'm going to come in with my more detailed. Okay, and I'm inking this up a lot because I know my ink pad is very dry. And then I'm going to line this one up roughly. So the great thing about these 2-step stamps is that they're not actually intended to line up perfectly. So, okay, so there's my image. And clean this off. I did forget to grab one ink pad, so I will have to reach up above and grab. I'm going to close up my ink pad before I get my hands in my ink. So I'm going to grab the stem. I'm going to grab my Granny Apple Green. And the reason I'm grabbing Granny Apple Green is because my card base is Granny Apple Green. So some of these older stamps, when you go to ink them up, the older photopolymer stamps, they actually, I'm finding, are not sticking to the block very well. So I'm having to like clean the back end of them first and then stamp them. So what I'm doing is lining up my stem with the base of my flower. Okay. Now I am going to put a sentiment right here. And I'm going to do it in polished pink. So bringing back the stamp set, I have I miss you, congratulations, happy birthday, good luck, sorry, thank you, best wishes, you're lovely, and I'm thinking of you. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to send these cards out this week to random individuals. So if you would like to be one of them random people, you need to let me know. I've got a stack on my table about this, about this big of cards I'm sending out this week. Okay. Any thoughts? I'm thinking of you. Yes. Okay, this is my last card. We're almost done. Put that. Oh, I just moved my paper. Okay. Can't even tell my boo-boo. And then I'm going to glue this down. And it's going to go on my Granny Apple Green base. See how simple and easy that card is? So I'll show you the one that I started with. So this is my original card. And that's the one I did tonight. So very similar. Just try and get my glue to dry. So I am sending these cards out this week. So somebody, maybe from this live, will actually receive these in the mail. Okay. So there's my other one. Here's my dance. I think I actually could have done this in the Fresh Freesia. I think that would look really, really nice. And then right on to your birthday. So this one's very, very simple. Like very simple. I'd probably add some embellishments to this one, kind of dress it up a little bit. Maybe even cut out some dies from the dies that coordinate. Pop them up, right? This one, yeah, I'd probably redo this one in the purple Freesia behind. And then we did this inside. So pretty. And then this one I think is probably my favorite because it's just so simple. So simple. Love it. I love the colors. Very pretty. And then these ones too are very pretty. I like these ones as well. Thank you. Okay, so what I'm going to challenge you to do is I want you to try this technique. Okay? Try this technique with whatever you have. It doesn't matter. Just try it. Post it on my group, my Facebook group. So if you're not on my Facebook group, then you need to gain access to it by completing the questions that pop up when you ask for access. Then once the questions are answered, I will approve you, but I will not approve you if you don't answer the questions. So post your pictures. And what I'm going to actually do, I don't know why this camera keeps going blurry. It's driving me a little bit bonkers. But what I'm going to actually do is I am going to pick people to send these cards out to this week. And then what I'm actually going to do is if you post your pictures onto my VIP group, I am actually going to select a winner. Couple winners, and I'm going to send out a prize. So there's lots of prizes coming to people who have posted in the past, people who've put in orders. I still have to actually do fill the bag for January. There's lots and lots to go and fill the bag for January. I still have to do that. So there's lots of happy mail going out. So if you want to get one of these, where is the cam that we have give permission to? I'll maybe tag everybody in it now that we know that this actually works. And then that way you can see it. It was at the top of the page, but maybe it's not there anymore because Facebook keeps moving things. Look at my fingers. So that way you guys can give Ecamm permission to let me see who you are, because it would be really helpful if I know who I'm talking to, because it's kind of weird going, hey, Facebook user, thanks, right? So I will post at the top, like tag everybody in that just so you guys know. But post your pictures of your completed projects. You don't have to do 3. You can just do 1. And then I will pick from those and I will select a prize. If you're local, it could be a stamp set. If I'm mailing, it's going to have to be something smaller just because the cost of postage is outrageous. And then I will send out these cards as well as all the other cards that are coming. There's lots and lots. I have so much mail to send out. I'm going to clog up the Canada Post system, I'm sure of it. But all right, that's it. Thank you for joining me tonight. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm so glad it worked. So yeah, so it's a great task for the end of the week. So see if you can incorporate this technique into some of them, Chris. That would be awesome. Um, yeah, so I think that's it. So thank you again for joining me. I hope you guys like this. I hope this continues to work because that makes me happy. And stay tuned because I'm going to be posting some videos here shortly with some things coming up, some different techniques and all that kind of stuff. All the sets you used tonight, we don't have. Unbelievable. Wow. Really? True stamper fingers, I know. It's funny because these are ones that have been around for like since last year, I guess, and I haven't pulled them out because I'm always using the new stuff. Except for the ballerina and the motorcycle. The other two are older ones that I love. They're like my favorites, but they tend to get pushed to the back because there's always new stuff to play with, right? So, yeah, they're very pretty. I love them. They were, Art Gallery was actually a very, very popular one. Had a whole suite. It was awesome. So, all right, 8:21, just a little bit over an hour, but we got 4 cards done. So, be sure to stay tuned this week for more things coming. And I'm so glad to be back live. I've missed everybody. So, thank you for joining me, everybody. And we will talk to you guys all soon. All right, bye.